Petition to sack President Tinubu. Trump intervention as Aso Rock call for his immediate replacement. Yes, this is very, 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 very good to hear. quite quite interesting. My dear listeners, I greet everybody out there listening to us through the channel. You're all welcome to the Lord TV. Now we are actually on top of the game right now. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is ready to dance to dance to the music. Now, a petition has been written against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who happened to be the incumbent president of Nigeria. This very petition actually is not supposed to be for him, but because he refused to adhere to advice and also to the warning that he supposed to adhere and allow the IPOP leader Mazenam Kanu to go, because he wasn't the one who extradited him, but instead he decided to allow him to stay in prison and allow politics to hijack the trial of the IPOP leader. Anyway, before I go into this very content, I would like you to do me a favor. Try your possible best to help share this very video and allow everyone to have a clip of it. Now, the preamble of this very broadcast says that the IPOP leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who happens to be a dual Nigerian British citizen and leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOP, wrote this very petition as a captive of the Nigerian state, condemned to unlawful detention and solitary confinement in Nigeria since June 2021. Yes, Nnamdi Kanu wrote this to the appeal court. Now, it continued by saying that the Nigerian Supreme Court perversed an unconstitutional ruling on December 15, 2023 with an appeal number, reversed my lawful discharge and acquittal by the Court of Appeal on October 13, 2022. That was the time they actually granted him his bail. You all are aware of that. Yes. By this letter, I respectfully implore your urgent intervention to compel the Nigerian government to adhere to its own law, respect start diseases, and uphold the constitutional supremacy enshrined in the 1999 Constitution. How will they have a constitution and they will not concur with their own constitution? Is that not a disgrace? Is that not an abuse? Is that not an abuse? Well, constitution, to the constitution anyway. Yeah, the Supreme Court lawlessness compounded by the Court of Appeals illegal state of execution has undermined the rule of law, and I seek your assistance to restore justice. You see that Nnamdi Kanu is still pleading that he wants justice, that he is pleading that they should help him get justice, despite being innocent of the allegation. All right, now the statement of fact on this very information has said that the Court of Appeal discharged Nnamdi Kanu then October 13th, 2022. The Court of Appeal discharged and acquitted me, ruling that my 2021 abduction from Kenya, where I entered as a UK citizen, was unlawful, violating the Extradition Act 2024 and my fair trial rights, and under section 36 of the 1999 Constitution. Yes, of the 1999 Constitution, the court held that my extraordinary rendition constituted a jurisdictional nullity, rendering the Federal High Court's proceedings void and nullity, and shouldn't have done what they did. This is interesting. Now, illegal grant of stay of execution, which have actually occurred in October 28, 2022. Now, on October 28, 2022, Justice Aruna Simon and Saname JCA, as he then was, leading a panel of the Court of Appeal, granted the federal government application for a stay of execution of the October 13, 2022 judgment that discharged and acquitted me. This decision is a barbaric and illegal act, wholly unknown to criminal law jurisdiction anywhere in the world. It constitutes constitutional criminality of the highest order, exhibiting a shocking lack of fidelity to the Nigerian constitution. Nigerian jurisprudence unequivocally prohibits stay of execution in criminal matters, particularly where liberty is at a stake, according to Ejiofor, yes, FRN. Yes, I hold that in criminal proceedings, a stay of execution is aligned to our law. The right to liberty is so fundamental, it cannot be postponed. See, I don't know. Nigerian government, with all of these facts put up before them, they wouldn't have just allowed Nnamdi Kanu to still remain in that very detention. Well, everything being equal, I think this is politics anyway. It's politics because if they have agreed, if they really have respect to the rule of law, they wouldn't have allowed the IPOP leaders to still be uh, in this very detention till now. Now, the concerned citizen of Igbo nation in diaspora has also intervened on this very matter. According to them, they said that the concerned citizen of Igbo nation in diaspora has called on the United States government to sanction the Nigerian government over what it described as the continued human rights violation and support for terrorism, particularly the prolonged detention and trial of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOP leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That's where Tinubu now falls in and now got himself involved in this very matter. Now, in a statement signed by its spokesperson Emeka Livingstone, CCIND, accused the Nigerian government of flouting international laws and disregarding multiple court rulings that ordered Kanu's release. Now, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, is a prisoner of conscience that every consensus and world leader and democratic government must exercise their influence on the Nigerian government to let him go without conditions, the group actually said. Now, Kanu, the leader of IPOP movement, has been in detention in Nigeria since the custody of the Department of State Services (DSS) since June 2021, after he was seized in Kenya under controversial circumstances. This is loaded, my dear listeners. It's loaded, and as it's loaded, facts and figures is actually picked out. I don't know. With all this evidence to prove, the court, the current court, the current court listening to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu supposed to believe with every reasonable fact that the IPOP leader of a truth pleaded not guilty, because even the Supreme Court that adhered and granted Nnamdi Kanu release and acquittal gave a critical check of all the allegations levied against him, starting from 7 count, 11 count, and to 14 count charges, of which he pleaded not guilty of all. Not even a single of these charges did the Nigerian government pleaded not guilty of. Now, he was reported held and tortured for 8 days before being transferred to Nigeria, which is, in fact, a complete disaster and an error on the part of Nigeria and Kenya. Now, a process widely condemned as extraordinary rendition. My dear listeners, Nigerian government really, trespassed. They trespassed. Now, in October 2022, Nigerian Court of Appeal discharged and acquitted Kanu, ruling that his trial was unlawful and ordering his release. The same court, Now, despite this, the Nigerian government has kept him in the custody of the DSS, insisting that his case was not over. Separately, a Kenya High Court ruled in June 2025 that Kanu abduction and transfer to Nigeria were illegal, awarding him 10 million Kenya shillings in damages. Now, Kanu's continued detention has sparked international criticism, with human rights groups, lawyers, and diaspora organizations accusing Nigerians of undermining the rule of law. See, Nigerian government does not have anything else to say. They don't get nothing else to say. Let them just drop this very matter and surrender and just allow Nnamdi Kanu to be free, because if anything did happen to Nnamdi Kanu in the process, forget it. Second World War is a child's play. It go happen, no be seen amount. Because now everybody, how many countries in Nigeria has sat and listened to this trial of Nnamdi Kanu? Even the United States of America have sat and listened to the trial of the IPOP leader and granted him release, sending the message to Nigerian government to do as ordered. Yet they refused. Well, no wahala. That very thing where they look for this very country, Nigeria, they go get them. I'm telling you, they go get the woto. As it happen now, she be like them. See what they happen for Benue. See what they happen for Obibo. All right, all this is because of the delay to release Nnamdi Kanu. All right, please, my dear listeners, I would like us to share this video. Let everybody have a clip of it, because enough is enough. Even if it means Tinubu to leave office and let the right person come into power and get Nnamdi Kanu out of this mess, it has to happen. Because why? The IPOP leader Nnamdi Kanu doesn't deserve to be there. Please, let's share this video. Let's allow it to get to the very last person, so that everyone will know the evil this very country is constituting. Thank you.